Alright guys, so before we get into my top 10, I just have one honourable mention. Now this is the retro collection Mandalorian. I wonder how many people will actually put this figure on their top 10 list, right? If you're born early enough and you were that age when the original Kenner figures came out, and you collected them as a child, and now you're collecting them as an adult, I can't see how this figure couldn't be on your list, just because, could you imagine, or back then, that one day, you'd be an adult and you'd get another wave of figures in the same style, and these are all completely new figures. I think it's amazing to see this guy rendered this way and done this way. It's got to be a big deal to those early Kenner collectors, right? Honourable mention, this guy is just absolutely the coolest little thing for a very, very basic figure. Number 10 is easily the Gunslinger Spawn that McFarlane put out this year. This action figure, this Spawn figure, should I say, is it's incredibly well detailed. The articulation is there, so definitely deserving of that number 10 spot. Okay guys, at number 9 is the character options. Third Doctor, based on John Pertwee from the 5 Doctors set. I'm really impressed with all of the new improvements that character are making to their figures. The likenesses just get better and better all the time. Every figure in the set was fantastic, so if you want to count this spot for all 3 figures, feel free to do that. At number 8, I bought 3 multiverse figures this year. All 3 of these figures they left a little to be desired. These figures need to be better. They need to be able to pose better. The only one who is making it is from the Justice League movie, the Batfleck figure. It lacks in articulation. It makes up for with shelf presence. Like, it's a really good looking figure. If you're a Batman fan and a fan of like Snyder's work and stuff, you are definitely gonna put this on a shelf and be happy with it. I'm not saying you won't be able to pose it. You will get some subtle poses in there and stuff. Just incredible. He looks incredible. He's one of my favourite Batman figures in my collection. And I would be doing myself no favours if I didn't include him. At number 7 is the Marvel Legends Ultron figure. And they've just got to the point now, like I said, where they're absolutely killing it. Like 9 out of 10 figures are absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, they've just been absolutely insane this year. The whole Bring on the Villains wave. Fucking brilliant figures. And the Red Skull and the Dormammu really impressed me as well, but it was Ultron that impressed me the most. 100% impressed. Fully deserving to be on my list. At number 6, guys, I was a huge fan of Gundam Wing as a kid, right? So I thought, easy Sandrock's going in this place, or Talgeese, right? I just love the RX-93's design. Of all the Gundams that I got this year, this one impressed me the most. Or he could have come with a little bit more, or, his accessories could have been a little bit better. But thing is with Bandai, you're always getting, like, spot on paint, spot on detail. The articulation is always good, and these figures, they do look great, displaying and stuff. You can panel them up, that's what I was going to say, panel line them, weather them up, and something just spoke to me about keeping this one immaculate, so I've just kept it white, but it is a really, really nice figure. Definitely my number 6 spot. At number 5, guys, is this year's release of the Vintage Collection Mandalorian. It is the battle damaged version. How they can get a 3.75 figure to look this good and detailed, and it be articulated and stuff as well, is phenomenal. Vintage Collection have really impressed me of late. And I've got to be honest, I've been playing with this figure non-stop, so it deserves to be on my list. The figure came absolutely packed, so not only did you get Mando with all of his accessories, you got the container with the Beskar in there, which is another cool thing, that they're giving us accessories like that at this scale. Grogu. You get Grogu and the crib as well, like all in one box. Really fucking cool set. You get the Pedro Pascal head sculpt, which is much better than the 6-inch one. So at number 4, this could have actually been either Bo-Katan or Casca. I think the mould that they've used for this figure is awesome. I thought they might just retool Sabine, but they didn't. Really incredible figure, really good likeness to the character. One thing that makes me a sucker for action figures is when they have removable helmets. I always love that. I was just really impressed with this Bo-Katan though. The way she poses, she just looks fucking so badass. Deserves to be where she is on my list at number 4 because ever since I've got her and played with her and stuff, just if I hadn't have got her, I know now I would be severely disappointed. At number 3, guys, you're probably starting to see a pattern with these Mandalorian figures. Look, I just think Star Wars are doing such a good job with their figures at the minute, so pick your poison. You can have the first release, which is in his Return of the Jedi get-up, or the fantastic droids version of the figure. Just everything I said about Mando, the vintage collection figure, add to this, and the fact that they have an ankle pivot, these figures as well, just absolutely phenomenal. I used to buy 6-inch figures because you could only get that kind of articulation with them, but now vintage collection figures, they're really starting to impress me. And if they keep the Power of the Force Boba Fett when I was a kid, and if you'd have told me they'd bring a figure out like this in my lifetime, I wouldn't have believed you. Apps a joint place, number 3, pick whichever one you like. I happen to love both of them. At number 2, guys, Lightning Collection very nearly did it and got my number 1 again. So I've rounded off my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team now. I've got to dock this figure though. The reason it's at number 2 is because of how long we had to wait to get it in stock in the UK. The other thing is, Lightning Collection, are, again, their figures are brilliant, but they need to do better. If they're doing 95% on this line, they could put in the other 5% easily. And it just feels like at times they're not doing that. Nevertheless, you know, Green Ranger, big deal to me. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was amazing to me as a kid. And there was only ever going to be one figure that would beat this one. So at number 1, guys, is the Deluxe Black Series Boba Fett figure. If you have this figure, you'll know exactly why I've put it up so high. You get packings with this guy. You get a flamethrower, you get a grapple hook, you get blasters for, well, you know, thrusters for the back of his jetpack. You get a different rocket to go in his jetpack. He's just absolutely loaded with stuff. The paint and the detail on him is amazing. He's sturdy, he's got like a good stature for his body. A lot of Boba Fett figures wind up looking too thin. Everything I wanted in a Boba Fett action figure at the 6-inch scale is the best figure that I have picked up this year. It's still much cheaper than your Figure Arts and your Mayfex, stuff like that, even the model kit now. But I do believe this is the best Boba Fett action figure that we've ever got. It's incredible, look at it. And that is my top 10 for the year. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, I hope some of these figures were also your top 10 or not. It's cool to be different. I don't mind that. Do you think my list was good? Do you think other people have better lists than me? Let me know in the comments. I really don't mind. Drop me a like at the same time. Listen, I am a huge Star Wars fan, so I think at the end of the day, that's always going to shine through. But I'm happy with my top 10. Every decision I've made, I'm happy with. We got some really good figures this year. Like I said, honourable mention, that Retro Collection Mandalorian figure. But that's going to do it. I hope we all have a great year to come. I hope we get some more awesome action figures. Marvel Legends looking at you, Daredevil. Todd McFarlane, make your figures better. But yeah, really happy with this. and I will see you guys in the new year. I have not planned much yet, but we'll see how we go.